I'm here. I'm here. Good morning. Coming to you from I was going to turn a light on so there weren't shadows, but this is supposed to be the sunrise studio and this is what we've got. So, I mean the sun's up, but it's foggy today or something. Um Hang on. Frankie. Hi Frankie. Hi. Oh, I forgot to give him his treats. Turns out that the calming treats that I've been giving him based on the very good reviews they had on Chewy, which put an ad in front of me that I needed to see. What was the beginning of that sentence? They're not, uh, is the word cumulative? Like they don't build up and then he's this lovely cat. He's a lovely cat, don't get me wrong. I have to keep giving them to him. They wear off. Good morning, Tammy and Kelly. It is, whoops. Um, it is not smoky. I mean, it's smoky somewhere, right? The smoke here in Michigan, South Central Lower Michigan, cleared up enough. Hey, boys. Hi. When I'm a grown up, I'll have a cat cam. Yeah, Frankie's. I mean, in a second, he'll probably go jump off the wall, but right now he's pretty chill. He's a good boy. It doesn't work on cats like it does on dogs. So we had the. Oh, I can't look because it's on my phone, which is that camera right there. Um, some kind of index, particulate index, which was it's good if it's 14. The number of whatevers is 14 and below, and the highest one I saw was 250 for us, and I know Chicago was higher than that. So it's down to like 20 something as of last night, and I can't check right now. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Good morning. Um, yep. Happy Monday. So normally on Monday, I can't believe it's Monday again and that my 6 days off, which means not going outside of my house to work, are over already. But this time, same feeling, except I definitely worked each day. Like sometimes I kind of while away the day and, don't get my work done. My work being editing mostly. Um, for which I get paid. And therefore I can afford to, feed the cats and give them treats that calm them down. One of them, because the other one doesn't need to be calmed down. Right now he's lying down next to the one who's not lying down. You can guess which is which. Um, okay, it's gonna be one of those days. Uh-huh. I don't know. There was a sentence. Anyway, it is nice to have air that we don't see and that we can breathe. But we were joking and saying, thanks, Canada, but actually, I'm sorry, Canada. Online yard ads. Oh, speaking of interventions, all sorts of things are in my head. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Like, I want to talk about all the things. First of all, I can't find my ibuprofen. Last night I was very sore, probably because I'm sitting on the couch leaning back with my feet up with my laptop editing, which is probably not the best, you know, posture. So by last night, because it's been 6 days of that, I was sore and I went to get my ibuprofen and I can't find it anywhere. So if you've seen it, let me know. And I like triple checked and I know it's somewhere in this house. Ooh, it might be in the car. I didn't check in the car, but why would it be in the car by itself? Anyway, I was sad, but then I remembered that I can renew it or whatever you call it, renew a prescription. Refill it. So I did last night, like at 10:30, which means I get to when I get the bat signal, I get to pick it up, which should be by the time I go to work today. 31 AQI. Thank you. Hi, Joan. Good morning. Um, Hi, Diane. You snuck in there. AQI. Yep, that's it. 31 is a little higher. Okay. Focus on something, Sarah. I've been sleeping a little better the last 2 nights because I could have the window open. That was made a big difference. Focus, focus, focus. Drugs. I can't find my ibuprofen. I ordered some last night. I should be able to. Hey, my thing's not plugged in. Whoops! I should be able to pick it up on the way to work. So yay. Today is how's it the 3rd? I thought it was the 2nd. Holy crap. Other things. I don't know. I thought I was going to be all cool and collected. So, oh, that was it. Lisa says, I've been looking at online yard ads. I said yarn. Maybe that's what you meant. I know I took it on my trip. I should have brought it home for my trip. I'm pretty sure I had it since then. And Lisa needs an intervention. So I've been hanging out on Zillow. I don't let myself, well, that's a lie. I try not to let myself look at it till like mid-evening after supper. I try. And, you know, I have searches I'm not moving. I don't want to move. I would have to really, there's stuff would have to happen with this house, which would be nice if it happened anyway, but time management issues, which I always have trouble with. So I'm looking at Zillow and I thought, I'll just go look at Chicago. And so near where my children live in Chicago, my adult children, I could afford a 1-bedroom apartment that looks, it's just one room. You did mean yarn. Ha, caught you. But I don't know why, it suggested some other places to me because a friend had said, look in these neighborhoods. And so I was looking in those neighborhoods. And then it suggested one in a different neighborhood, nowhere near the other ones. And it's a really cute house. I put it up on Facebook last night, I'm not going to move, but if I did, that would be a really cute house. And then all my Chicago friends were like, oh, I'll help you. I've got a realtor. I've got a, inspector person on my team. And I'm like, oh boy. And then I'm like, I could really live there. It had a yard. It was a 1-story house with a basement with laundry and a bar and a pool table. Probably the pool table didn't come with it. The bar could be a tea station. Lots of windows. Lots of windows and skylights. So good natural light. The kitchen was cute. Nothing amazing, but more up to date than my kitchen. The bathrooms were original bathrooms. It was built in 1956. But anyway, fenced in backyard, so there could be a dog. Described as a neighborhood with lots of dog walkers. Anyway, I'm not moving, but wow, I wish I could just go and try it out and see, and then I'd be closer to my children. I'd be far away from all my local friends. I already have Chicago friends. What's going on with my lip? Nothing, maybe. If I had some chapstick, which I have 8,000 tubes, but none right here. Zillow makes me gag at the prices of stuff around me. $500,000 for mobile homes. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I went in that, I need an intervention, but I also, it's feasible that I would, or realistic that I might. So Frankie fights by biting Mr. Mustache's throat, and Mr. Mustache fights with his back legs. Just in case you needed a visual. Thanks, guys. Yep. I need to, let's write it down, shall we? give Frankie his treats because obviously my brain is not with me today. Well, I mean, that would make me a zombie or something. Treats! Exclamation point. And so, because I'm looking at Zillow, I'm seeing home improvements I could make for my living quality of life. That's what it's called. And also, if I were to ever sell this place, which I've lived in since 1988, and my children's trees are in the background. No, they're not. Well, they are actually. Somewhere, if you can see pine trees, those are my children's trees they brought home as little saplings, seedlings on Arbor Day sometime. Oh, here comes Mr. Mustache. Um, Hi. Oh, he switched the camera. Holy cow. He switched the camera. You goofball. Are you my producer? My editor? Say hi. Look there. Look at the people. Okay. Home improvement. So for example, I love my kitchen, but the floors are very 80s and I could redo the floors. Idea gathering. See, now that I have a name for it, it's okay. It's not stalking on Zillow or black being in anyway, black hole. Um, but when I see my 80s cabinets, we built this house in we in 1988. So very 80s. When I see them on Zillow, I'm like, oh no, we have to do something about our cabinets because. So then I looked at painting 80s cabinets and hit search, and my cabinets popped up because apparently it's a thing and you can do it. And I'm like, well, maybe I could do that. I also found on Zillow a picture of a house that was for sale, or apartment, probably condo. They're called condos, Sarah. Um, that had, so the problem is, one of the problems is I do not have a linear train of thought at all today. Oak trim. I have oak trim everywhere in the house and I don't want to paint it. And so if I were to replace the cupboards, they need to go nicely with oak trim and my pale gray walls and gray carpeting, which hopefully will get replaced someday and soon. But I have to edit a lot more. So I saw some that would work. So I clipped that picture, whatever you call that, screenshot. And I now I know what I'm going to do with but I'd have to get new doors, and then that's expensive, but less expensive than redoing the whole kitchen, which I'd also like to do, but that would make it way less 80s. And then the floors. That's the biggies, the floors and the cabinets and the woodpeckers. So the house I was looking at is brick, so no woodpeckers. I mean, there might be some. There's trees. Oh, I need that today. So also in a parallel story, because I can't just do one thing, even though I should be doing just one thing. I hear noises. They're gone now. I mean, they're over there making noises around the corner. Is because I have Charlotte here. Charlotte is the giant floor loom, 4-harness jack loom that I acquired. Oh, crap. For free. She just needs a wipe down, which I'm getting to, but her bench was needed some work. So I put it in the kitchen on some beach towels. I should have brought a tarp in, but my tarps are huge and dirty. Oh, here they go. And I'm going to protect my tea. Don't get me. And I got some soapy water because the things that I saw said just wash it down first with soapy water. I'm looking because I'm like, did that? I don't think it did. Warp it a little bit, but it's solid wood. At least the lid is, and and it was like, let's say grimy. It wasn't sticky, but it was not the way it's supposed to be. So I took a nylon sponge. Oh, Joan. Tammy, don't worry about it. We're not worried about it anymore. Um, but I'll show you. I Joan said, "Just wait, and your cabinets will be back in style." Did I just say that out loud? Probably. I scrubbed it with a nylon, cheapo um, sponge. And I'm doing this because I looked online at how to refinish, weaving equipment. I'm not going to touch Charlotte with this stuff. I'm just going to dust her off. But I got this crap off. It took some elbow grease and grief, but also, by the way, it took the finish off, which is good. But like, I've never refinished anything, and I'd like to learn how to refinish things. And there's the lid to this bench. It has a Leclerc label on it. The loom is not Leclerc, but it's a very nice bench. I would like to think that it's fabulous and want to touch it all over. And before that, it was not in that condition. I thought of a word. It needs work. So I looked at I don't know, I'm, more black hole stuff. I looked at easy wood refinishing, and now I have a link to making your own end tables for beginners, which looks doable, except I don't know what pocket. I understand what pocket screws are, but I don't know that I need to use them. I'd have to buy more tools. Anyway, I thought I need to sand. No, I was watching a video. Some guy named I was like, of course that's your name. Very peppy. Had an orbital sander, and I'm like, I didn't even know what an orbital sander was, and I looked it up on Home Depot, and the Ryobi, which is I have the beginnings. I have a drill, so I have the beginnings of a rechargeable Ryobi question. Sweet. Do a search on painting 80s cabinets, and mine will pop up, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Oak trim in the house is great. These particular cabinets need to have the doors replaced, and they're in my bathrooms too, FYI. So there's a guy, and he used it's not pallet furniture. It's like wood, and you do things with it. And then there's stain. And I'm like, I've always wanted to know how to do, like, I've always thought I should know how to do these. That's one of the things I should know how to do. And I have an end table in my living room that I acquired on the cheap that the person was like, it's in really rough shape. I'm like, no, I love it. I could refinish that as well. It's very boxy. Anyway, I have an orbital sander on its way to me. It should arrive this week. And while I was at it, I bought a rotary tool, which is like a Dremel, but it's the Ryobi version. So we're going to sand some things, and then we'll refinish the lid. We'll make it pretty. I can't wait because it's just a flat surface, and so I'll find something to. That sounds dangerous. It sounds easy. I will practice on something. Find something to practice on. None of the things I talked about. And when I texted my friend Jenny and said, I ordered an orbital sander, and then I followed up with not for Charlotte, and she wrote back, phew. Yeah, so I have an orbital sander and a rotary tool. So you can plug in a little tiny, so that's to get in crevices. Like if you sand everything and there's a little groove, that'll get in the groove. Everyday time sucks. Yep. Anyway, that was fun. Tools are on their way. And I'm like, then I could like replace my floor and the 80s tile that's I need to like. And then I'm like, look at that house. I could just move to that house and not do anything. Except I would have to do things because selling. But this is my adult house. I've been here since 1988. That's 30 some years. I can't, it's hard. Math with dates is hard. Um, and I didn't really plan on moving, but I at some point need to not have as many stairs probably. It's good that I'm not drinking anymore, but even just being alive is a hazard when there's stairs around. I started choking on I inhaled I was eating my sweet cherries, which are delicious. And you eat them and spit out the pit. And I must have ingested a little bit of the flesh, we'll call it. And then I did the ugly cough, and I'm like, thank goodness nobody's here to see this, but also I might die because there's nobody here to see this. And I eventually, was fine. But the whole time I'm embarrassed in my house because I'm having to April. April time of year. So there you go. I have linoleum in the kitchen and the bathrooms, and it's very 80s. And I have tile. Those will be. I should do projects. I'll put it on Patreon and say, okay, we're going to work on refinishing this bench. That's what I should do. All right, let's do the Knitter's Oracle so I can just go take a shower and start all over. And I should eat something too. But the good news that I did say in there somewhere is that I edited as much as I should have this week, which is probably has never been done before. Like I'm not pushing deadlines. I'm doing it as part of a work day, and it was lovely. So maybe in my 60s, I'll hit good time management. 2. Look, the sun's all the way out now. 3. So there's a weather alert for fog today. Low-lying patches. 4. Okay. Nope. Here we go. Oh, look. I need that. I don't need this. I can move that. Oh, that would be nice if I put those together. Let's just have some more. Why isn't my face there? Here we go. Hi, little me. Okay. Oracle reading. Let's see how, I don't know, see if we can bring any order to this chaos. The work in progress. I think you guys are upside down. Obviously, my life is a work in progress. Wait, I have to straighten this. Okay, phew. Obviously, my life is a work in progress. I would have to say all of our lives are a work in progress. Yesterday I felt fine. My eyes watering. Today, I'm obviously need more progress. Need to work harder on linear progress, maybe. And I had already been thinking of that. Like, I need to simplify. Oh boy. Are you going to make it over here again to help me with the cards? What are you going to knock over as you come over here? If you find my ibuprofen, show me where it is. Don't step on the keyboard again. Thank you. I'm going to go into the camera. Okay, there's his paw. He says, oh, the work in progress. Nice one. Right? You getting down already? Oh. All right, he approves of the work in progress. He put his paw down here. Did you see it? So we are all a work in progress. That's what that card means. Some days more than others. The pom-pom, that would be the new, the thing we're trying to, the goal, the end goal. The end goal. I don't know what 1, 2, 3 cut means, Tammy. The end goal. So like my pom-pom today that I've been talking about is new cupboard doors or new flooring, or let's just say a house upgrade of some kind. That's my pom-pom. How do I get there? I don't know. Maybe my work in progress has to become more focused. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, uh-oh. And the third card, look how straight those are, is the knitter. It's the mirror to look at yourself. And obviously, okay, this obviously, I'm a work in progress. I have goals which are not necessary to life, but would be nice. and I need to look to myself for the answers. So maybe that's, I mean, we could say instead of me, we could say us. We are works in progress. We have goals. To achieve them, we need to look at ourselves and something, something. Diane says pom pom has a lot of loose ends. So we could go there where the work in progress involves a lot of loose ends and we should look to ourselves. But I prefer to think of the pom pom as something like something that we aspire to that's not necessary in life. Like we don't have to have pom poms on our hats, but we might like to. So that's the new cupboards. I have cupboards. They have doors. Well, all right. One of the drawers is out because it broke. I just have to screw something in, and it's been out for like 6 months. So that's maybe a little more necessary. Let's look at the suggested interpretations, shall we? Let's have some tea, shall we? Okay. I think I could go sit on my patio tonight. The air is lovely. Oh, and then I forget why this came up. Oh, the do-it-yourselfer who had the plans for the end tables that would look fabulous. They're the right style for my living room, actually, for my decor. But if I had two that matched, that would make it look more like decor. They also had plans for they had redone their mother-in-law's patio, updated it, refreshed. And they had bought a canopy, which I don't need a canopy. I have a tree and an umbrella. And as part of that, they had put up a privacy louvered thing that they had built. And I'm like, that's what I need because while I adore my neighbors, I am 10 feet from their fence and their fence is 10 feet from their pool. So it'd be nice if I could, and I just turn my back on them and pretend they're not there, but they're right there. And it would be nice. They're lovely, but it would be nice if we weren't right next to each other. So this beautiful louvered panel thing would be great, but I'm not going to build it. I mean, I could, obviously. But then I looked at wooden privacy screens and found one that if my raised bed is smaller than or larger than 38 inches, which I don't think it is, it would fit right in there and it would be perfect. Maybe. But anyway, so that was another black hole. Okay. Let's see. Something buzzed. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. Number 5. The WIP. Work in progress. Growth. Evolution. Solid foundation. I definitely have a solid foundation. Health. The roots or basis of a thing. It doesn't say, does it say work in progress? Growth, evolution. It talks about change, but it doesn't talk about the process, the stage of life. Okay, does it? Growth, evolution, solid foundation, health, the roots or basis of a thing. So I like that it added, it reminded me that I do have a solid foundation. I do have my health if I could find my damn ibuprofen and maybe not sit on the couch all day doing my editing. Again, pom-pom, I should be in my office, but 31, the pom-pom. Creativity, imagination, emotion, desire. Yeah, I desire new cabinets. I imagine that I could be creative and do something with them, and not new cabinets, mind you, just the doors. Okay. 28, the knitter. So the pom-pom, sorry, what did they say? Creativity, imagination, emotion, desire. See, I think they agree with although loose ends and creativity and imagination and emotion and desire, that all fits too. Is that Diane? Yes. So many words. And 28. So that works too, Diane. 28, 27, 8. represents the querent, Querent. I need to learn that word from these directions. That's the person who's asking the question, which would be me, but I'm trying to represent all of us. Or, those of us who are listening. Represents the querent themselves, aka you, or the person you are reading for, C, has no, period. Okay, me. I prefer to think of, especially with my, probably the thing that comes out of my head, out of my mouth, is in my head still when I deal these cards. So of course that's what's going to be uppermost in my mind. Cabinet doors. Let's start with the bench, really, because that's actually in progress. If I'd left it alone and just soap and watered it, it would have been fine. But what's the word I'm trying to say? Like it wasn't smooth. I think it started out smooth and now it's not smooth. It wasn't sticky, but it was kind of gunky. Querent is self, dear reader. Yes. So yeah, I think I need to work on, instead of saying I could just move to Chicago and then I wouldn't have to worry about the cabinets. I'd have to worry about the bathrooms though. Then I could, if I work on myself, like for example, as long as I keep editing, I can afford things like my orbital sander. Hey, speaking of, wait, I already forgot what that was going to go to. Oh, so I may have told you this, organized free ends, Diane. I like the sticking to it, intuitiveness of your pom-pom thoughts. Good job. I'm proud of you. Stick-to-itiveness is a good thing. Oh, ha. You're having a weird morning? Well, so am I. I'm with you. Solidarity. I sent in proposals for an away event, for teaching at an away event in person in 2024. I don't think I told you that before. I may have. Bunny! See that focus? There's a bunny out there. Okay, that's exciting. Tell Frankie. Yep, so I'll tell you that. I did that. I'm just going to leave it at that because it's time to be done. More later. All right. I'm going to go. I should eat something. I think I'm going to make a salad to take to work, but I'm not sure. I could always do a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I have groceries to pick up on the way back. Groceries meaning vegetables to put on my salad that I don't have this morning, which is why I may not do that. Tammy's happy on behalf of pom-poms everywhere. She said, I love the new profile pom-poms have gotten here. Very respectable. Yep, they have all kinds of depth to them. I'm just going to go. I'm going to eat something. Let's do that first. I got a fresh cup of tea. I'll show you that side. We're not keeping track of mugs anymore. We're just using them because I ran out of different mugs to use. And then I bought more mugs, but all done with that. Just using them. All done. Just all done. I'll see you guys next week. Bye. I love you. Happy Monday.